the elephant in the room. We talked about Saka. What about Rodri? How much has he missed? Because the 2 domestic games they've played without him so far, they've lost.
Well, that is the big call, isn't it? And you talk about Rodri, you talk about the development from where he first come to the football club, Fernandinho being his mentor, and now even talk within that changing room, he's the best holding midfielder in the world. I mean, that tells you what they think about Rodri in his dressing room, at the football club. He's a big miss from what he takes. He takes the ball, Mark, and he gets in great situations. I mean, he's good at breaking up.
It's not only him, though, is it? Because Gundogan doesn't play now. He's gone to another club. And you've got De Bruyne who's gone. And they played in the Champions League final. And they were probably the best quartet we'll ever see in a Man City shirt. They were that good. So I think there's optimism if you're an Arsenal player today, because you know in that midfield you can get around them. OK, Jorginho's in there today. He came on against Spurs and makes a mistake, so he's going to have to be at match speed straight away. I think Declan Rice is growing really nicely, developing as a player, so today's a really big game for him, and Ødegaard keeps getting better, ever better. You know, like Saka's not playing, but I think other players need to stand up and show what they can offer today. Jesus gets a chance, and Nketiah Jesus probably plays out on the wing. We know that versatility, and Trossard has done well as well. So this is all about the strength of the squads. Look at their bench. Akanji on the bench, Grealish on the bench. It's unreal, the players that City have available.
I think this is the best time for Arsenal to play against Man City.
Because Rodri's not there.
Because of few players.
As a centre-back, as a centre-back or as a defender, psychologically, when you step on that pitch today, what are you thinking from the 2 City centre-backs?
Yeah.
Do you know, when you've got Ødegaard in that area, and you think Kovacic might empty it a little bit, Rico Lewis still quite naive. What are you doing to make sure that's sorted in front of you?
I think they have to communicate. They have to talk a lot to Kovacic, because he's not used to play that position. That will be quite new for him, and his natural feeling is to move, to go forward, but they need him there. They need him there because against this Arsenal team, if you empty that area, they can hurt you very badly. You know, with Ødegaard there, I think he's going to be, like I said, there is no better moment for Arsenal to play against Man City.
It's interesting, about Lewis coming in, because when they were in a difficult period last season, he was the one they turned to, wasn't he? You think of Cancelo, who was not a part of the club anymore. So Lewis comes in as the young kid who sort of says, oh, watch what he does, because he plays with total freedom. He says today, the manager, about Pep saying that he hasn't really got some of the material in his game that Foden has. But Foden is a player that you don't want to ask him to think too much. It's very honest from the manager. But, you know, so we expect Foden now to be in a wide position because he doesn't want him to be in a central position. But let's put young Lewis in there because there is a freedom in his game and he gets us to pass, gets us to tick. So he's not going to have any nerves at all when he comes out. That's a concern for me as an Arsenal player, and get around him early. You know, make it uncomfortable for him, because it's been far too easy at times for City when he's been in the team.
Any comments there? I mean, you've watched a lot of City so far this season. I know Rodri's a huge player, but that's why you have a squad. That's not why you have a starting 11.
You have got the squad, and ultimately he had Calvin Phillips. They looked in the summer to say, well, you can go if you want. He said, you know what, I'm going to stay, because he knew Núñez was coming in, he knew Kovacic was coming in. He tried Kovacic in the 6 at Wolves, he tried Núñez just ahead of him. Half-time he took Núñez off. A little bit later on, 75-80, he took Kovacic away from the team. So no one can really play that. Well, Phillips, that relationship is going to be so difficult now.
I think the problem is because Rodri has been a player that has been so regular in the team. He's been playing game after games, and the connection that he has with his teammate is massive, you know. And Phillips hasn't played a lot of games, and if he come and he play, you know, it's new for him really, you know. And
would you have preferred to have had a number 6, i.e. in Phillips, who you know, like, okay, he might not be the star player that you're expecting here, but he's going to be quite safe. He's going to play like 6 or 7 out of 10. He's going to be steady. He knows the role. You're coming away to the Emirates, or do you play Kovacic, who's going to be good on the ball? He's going to attack. He's going to try and play forward, but he might get back in there at times. You know, what would you have gone with?
I would play somebody who knows the rule, because this
is more experienced.
As a 6 though, that's the difference, isn't it?
You know, that position, if you empty that, your other guy is a guy who can shoot and score from any position.
It's an incredible position, isn't it? 360 degrees.
Exactly.
You know, the fulcrum of the team. You orchestrate things. It's going to be difficult whoever comes in, because Rodri has made that his own now. So, but The thing is, what Pep, he always finds a way to be successful.
Exactly.
And that's why
exactly.
he's
He's probably going to do it too.
Absolutely, yeah.